was a relatively dry day if you put it into yesterday's perspective across the Tennessee Valley. We're starting to see just a little bit of development on the western side of the Tennessee Valley. I'm really speaking to Lauderdale County areas surrounding Waterloo, but we are going to notice an uptick in rain chances heading into the rest of tonight and even into early tomorrow morning as well. So there's that lone shower that we're tracking right now in Lauderdale County. It's an extreme northwestern portion of Lauderdale County. Like I mentioned earlier, areas around Waterloo going to be seeing this rain. It does have a little bit of lightning with it as well. Now, the reason that we're seeing storms push from east to west, which is usually opposite of what we typically see here in the Tennessee Valley, we've got high pressure that's sitting over Georgia. So high pressure, it runs clockwise. So that means that we're going to be seeing these storms move east to west. So this little cluster of rain that you see right here that looks like it's just about to pass over the Alabama-Georgia state line, some of that could affect us here in the Tennessee Valley for the rest of today and into the late part of tonight. Now, temperatures right now hanging out in the upper 80s, low 90s, 87 degrees right now in Florence, mid 80s in Russellville. 88 degrees right now in Pulaski. Athens currently sitting at 87. It's 90 right now in Huntsville. Just can't give up the 90s quite yet here in the metro. 91 in Fayetteville, 88 down in Coleman. Fort Payne currently sitting at 87, as well as Albertville, Scottsboro still hanging on to the low 90s as well. High temperatures today, though, once again, were warm. We saw the low 90s, upper 80s for some of us. 89 was the high today in Russellville. We saw a little bit of early morning rainfall that kind of aided in, I guess you can say, the cooler weather for some of us, even though it still was pretty hot out there. Not all of us reached the 90s like we have been for really all of this week so far. 91 was the high today in Florence, 92 in Huntsville. Athens, Decatur also saw right around 92. 90 was the high temperature today in Pulaski. Coleman only saw right around 88. Scottsboro right at 90. Fort Payne saw 89 degrees. Now, temperatures really aren't going to fluctuate much between where we're sitting now. Quite honestly, we're only expected to move between the upper 80s, lower 90s throughout the next 7 days. Tomorrow's high temperature going to be right at 91, 90 forecasted heading into the first half of the weekend. And looks like we'll see a little bit of a drop in temperatures. 89s are forecasted high heading into Sunday, and then looking ahead into next week, we'll start the new work week off right around 90, and then it looks like by about Tuesday of next week, high temperatures only going to be in the upper 80s, and that's going to be the case heading into Wednesday and Thursday of next week as well. Now, it doesn't look like the warm weather going to be going anywhere anytime soon. The heat index will back off just a little bit, but we're still going to keep those warm air temperatures in the forecast. The Climate Prediction Center does have the Tennessee Valley in the above average category, meaning that we could potentially see high temperatures right around 95 even potentially. Our average high for this time of the year is right around 90, 91 degrees. So expect to see higher temperatures heading into at least, I'm thinking probably July into the second week of July as well. So we're going to keep the warm temperatures in the forecast beyond the 7-day forecast. And we're also going to keep a little bit of moisture in the atmosphere as well. You're not really going to notice a whole lot of a difference except between light greens and dark greens for this moisture forecast. This is what our dew points are looking like. Our dew points measure the amount of moisture that we've got going on in the atmosphere, and we're going to keep a very moist atmosphere through at least the weekend. I'm not really expecting it to go anywhere anytime soon. Honestly, it's going to carry over into next week as well. It's probably just not going to be as noticeable as what we have been seeing. It has been pretty humid. Today was humid as well. We saw dew points in the low 70s. That's going to be the trend for tomorrow and into the weekend as well. Dew point forecasted to be right around 74 for Friday and for the first half of this upcoming weekend. Mid-70s heading into Sunday. So we'll see a little bit more moisture build into the Tennessee Valley, and looking ahead to at least the first half of next week, those dew points not going to be getting any cooler anytime soon. We'll be seeing dew points in the low 70s, mid 70s, getting close to about next Tuesday. Now, what this does is this does increase our heat index value. Our heat index is, I guess you could call it your feels like temperature. It's what the atmosphere feels like outside because it takes into consideration the amount of moisture that we see in the atmosphere, and it also also takes into consideration our actual air temperature. So even though our forecasted high is only expected to be right around 91 tomorrow, our heat index value expected to be right around 102 here in Huntsville. So feels like temperatures still going to be really warm out there, and still we're going to keep the muggy conditions in the forecast as well because of those higher dew points. Feeling like 102 heading into the weekend, feeling like 98 heading into our Sunday, and then lower 100s return for feels like temperatures heading into Monday and Tuesday of next week. Notice Tuesday, our forecasted high temperature right around 88, but we're still going to be feeling like 100 out there. Now we do have a heat advisory for the entire Tennessee Valley once again for tomorrow. I'm thinking tomorrow probably going to be the last day of it. I know we've been seeing this really since this past weekend. It's just kind of carried over into each day, but I'm thinking tomorrow probably going to be the last day that we'll see this for a little bit here. Some of us could see another heat advisory become issued heading into next week, especially our western side of the Tennessee Valley. They usually trend a little bit warmer than the rest of us, so Lauderdale, Colbert, Franklin counties will have to watch heading into next week. But all of us going to be included in this heat advisory for tomorrow. It's going to go into effect right around noon and last until about 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. That's because we could potentially see heat index values reach as high as 110 in some locations. That's why we've got that heat advisory going for one more day. Now, once you take into consideration all of the aspects, our heat impact for tomorrow, it's going to be moderate in some locations, but either way, it's definitely best to practice your heat safety tips. I'm going to step off just so I can read these to you, and then I'll come back on. You want to limit your time outdoors, stick to light colored clothing if you do have to be outdoors, so anything closer to the white color, light yellows, light pinks, anything like that. Stay hydrated with plenty of water, and if you are an exerciser, exercising early in the day or later in the evening is going to be better for you because we usually see that high temperature reach right around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So times that are close to that going to be not good. So check on your pets and your elderly and keep your blinds and shades closed. I know that also helps with your air conditioning as well. So for tomorrow, it is going to be a warm start, low 70s. By about noon, we'll reach right around 89, and then high temperatures expected to be right around 91 for our forecasted high tomorrow. And UV index heading into Friday afternoon, it's going to be around an 8 to a 10, so potentially only about a 15-minute burn time if you are planning to spend the day outdoors tomorrow, so definitely want to wear plenty of sunscreen. Now, we aren't expected to see a wet start to our Friday, but that high pressure system that I showed you earlier isn't really going anywhere anytime soon. So that's why we're going to continue to see all these clouds build in from the east. And that's also going to increase our rain chances heading into tomorrow afternoon as well. So it's really going to be sporadic in nature, more scattered. We're not expected to see widespread rainfall tomorrow, and that will actually carry over into Friday night into early Saturday morning for some of us. So it could be a wet start for Saturday morning for some of us there. Now, the Storm Prediction Center does have a little bit of the Tennessee Valley and a marginal risk for a few strong to severe thunderstorms to develop. It's mainly areas along and east of 565, so this does include Huntsville, Arab, Albertville, Scottsboro, Fort Payne, if you're going to be traveling along I-59. Basically, what this means is we potentially could have a few stronger to maybe even severe storms develop, and we're really just going to have to watch for some heavy rainfall, maybe some frequent lightning out there. A little bit of small hail could be embedded within some of these cells as well. They're expected to stay on the lower end of the spectrum if we're talking about severity. We're not expected to see widespread severe weather by any means. Now, looking ahead into the weekend.
Now, the Tennessee Valley's certified most accurate forecast from the FOX54 Weather Impact Team.
We do have some rain chances in the forecast heading into the weekend. Right around 90 is the forecasted high for Saturday. Scattered showers and a few thunderstorms. That's also going to be the case heading into our Sunday as well. Sunday a little bit cooler. High temperatures expected to reach right around 89. Now, rain chances will start to increase heading into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week. They become more numerous to widespread in nature. So here's a look at your 7-day forecast. 91 for the forecasted high tomorrow, about a 40% chance of rain. Heading into the weekend, we'll keep things on the warmer side. Saturday about 90, Sunday right around 89. Rain chances increase heading into Sunday as well. And looking ahead to the beginning of next week, about a 70% chance of rain for our Monday. A warm temperature is going to continue by about Tuesday. We'll be dropping into the upper 80s and will stay that way for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. We'll keep rain chances in the forecast as well.